I am not a historiographer. I am environmentalist working in the area of environmental risk management. But politics is also a part of the risk management. And this is the most critical part of the risk management, what our father of the nation, çឋয̌çឋয̌ Rahman, did in his lifespan. So today, a multidisciplinary international conference has been launched, guided by the Center for Advanced Research in Arts and Social Science, on language movement and the emergence of a Bangla speaking state in the world. In the very beginning, we came to know the welcome speech by the convener of this conference, Professor Fakhrul Alam, who is a very eminent professor of this university, not only in this university, across the world also, particularly in the area of English literature. And Professor Ashfaq Hussain, he is the member secretary of this conference. And so far, by the delivery of Professor John Wilson, he is working in this area in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, and he is portraying the history and also reconstructing the history based on the historical phenomena, as well as trying to correlate it with the present activities, the activities of the political parties, particularly post-1975 activities of this region when our father of the nation, çឋয̌çឋয̌ Rahman, was killed. Our chief guest, Mahmood Hassan Chowdhury MP, already mentioned, related to the concept of the East and West, how East and West would like to see the political emergence of this region from the viewpoint of secularism, from the viewpoint of religious aspect. I think that topic, which is the language movement and the emergence of Bangla-speaking state in the world. When we are talking about the language movement, then we are not addressing a certain movement. This movement is related to nationalism. This movement is related to the spirit of the nationhood, particularly Bengali nationhood. And the spirit of Bengali nationhood is secularism. This is not only the secularism, also pluralism. So when we are talking about the language movement, then we are accumulating the spirit of a nation which eventually emerged through a long movements in 1971. So the language movement is embedded with the secularism spirit, is embedded with the spirit of democracy, is embedded with the spirit of pluralism. And thus when we are talking about the language movement, then we are embedding, or we are including everyone of our society. And that was the reason the language movement gradually moved towards the development of nation state. And that was the reason later on this language movement emerged as the spirit of the secularism, as the spirit of the democracy, as the spirit of the socialism, and also including everyone to get the independence of Bangladesh. So that's the reason I think language movement is the area where we have to put our attention more. How this simply a language movement gradually under the leadership of our father of the nation gradually accumulate everyone in order to develop a nation state, and within the nation state, in order to give new characteristics, that is the secularism. Because during the British regime, so India and Pakistan divided based on two-nation theory, and that was the basic idea of the division of India and Pakistan. But within that, this two-nation theory, when our father of the nation, Bangabandhu, was, during his political tenure around 23, 24 years, then he was able to shift from the two-nation theory. And the basic foundation of that shifting was language movement. So for that reason, we have still a lot of avenue to discuss about the language movement, to discuss about to learn more about the father of the nation, how he gradually, by his successive political wisdom, lead a nation towards independence. And I think this conference will try to dig out that sort of things by today and tomorrow. And I came to know around 20 papers will be discussed by this 2 days session. And I hope, as our Honorable Minister wish, that we will generate new knowledge, we will generate new information, and our students, particularly our beloved students who are before us, they will come to know our unbiased history. They will come to know the root of our history. They will come to know the root of the emergence of a nation where secularism and democracy move forward by hand to hand. So with these few words, I would like to conclude my remarks here, and I would like to offer my thanks to the Center for Advanced Research in Art and Social Science, and my colleagues who are before here, the distinguished guests who are before us, good number of historiographer before us. I think they will discuss further, and our students will come to know, will come to reconstruct our history, will be able to see our history from different angles, how this nation was emerged by the leadership of our father of the nation. Our Honorable Minister mentioned that after 1975, our history was distorted. Different history was told before the youth to our students. So this type of conference where we will generate new information, where we will inform the historical background, setting the clock back from the British time to the present. I think our students there will come to know new information. They will be able to generate new knowledge, and that new history and new knowledge will create their sensation to build this nation. Thank you all, and again, offering thanks to Center for Advanced Research in Arts and Social Science to organize this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your leadership and vision.